This time, if you're able, we would ask that everyone please stand as the American Legion Post 221 represents the United States flag. So everyone, please remain standing as our choir performs our Star Spangled Banner. Celebrate our veterans. It's always a wonderful occasion, something that we're always very proud to take part in, to show our thank you for your dedication, your service to our country. I'm also glad that we have many family members here with us today, because it's not only dedication and service of our service members, but it's also a dedication and sacrifice that you guys give up as well. So thank you very much for being with us. And of course, I'd like to thank all of our students and faculty and several community members for joining us today to honor our veterans. It's always a great occasion, and thank you for braving the weather. It's 2 years in a row now we've managed to have it snow on our celebration day. I promise we're not going to try for 3 in a row next year. At this time, our high school choir would again like to perform for us, and they will perform in Flanders Fields. Please enjoy. Thank you once again, Mr. Schultz, Ms. Forrest, and our high school choir. Well done. Thank you. So we've been lucky and thankful to be able to have hosted many Veterans Day celebrations, and a lot of you guys have thankfully been able to be with us for many of those years. When we first started, we tried to come up with the best way possible to honor our veterans. And the way that we have decided to go with is to have our students thank you in a special way. These students volunteered to speak and say thank you to you guys, and so they take the time to create these speeches. And I know that now I can stand here and talk in front of everyone, but when I was their age, I'm not sure if I would have had that courage or not. But very thankful for these young students for being willing to do this, and so our students would like to say a special thank you to our veterans today. We'll start with our third grader, Carolyn Youse.
What Veterans Day is a special holiday to honor the veterans that served for America. There are some branches of the military, Army, Navy, and Air Force. All the people that served sacrificed their lives to fight for justice. The reason that we do the pledge is so we honor the veterans that served. All the people did it for our country, and every time I see a veteran, I say thank you for your service. So thank you for your service, veterans.
Representing our fourth grade, we have Rachel Parks.
Veteran appreciation is important to me. As we all know, veterans risk a lot. They risk for our country, their lives, and more. And instead of going every morning to shake their hand, we recite the Pledge of Allegiance as a way of thanks. And while the 5 military branches may do different things, they all still serve our country. So in return, we should thank them. Now you know why appreciating veterans is important to me.
Representing our fifth grade, Melanie Moore.
Veterans Day is a day when we celebrate the people who fight for our country. I thank them for all they have done for us. I had 2 grandparents who served in the military. There are people out there that inspire me to become the girl that I want to be. Veterans Day means a lot to me because I thank them for giving freedom and always believing in yourself and never giving up. Thank you for fighting for us and caring.
In our sixth grade, Owen Bowie.
What Veterans Day means to me is celebrating the men and women who fought and who are fighting for our country. I'm truly honored that the members of our 5 armed forces, the Army, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, and Air Force, have dedicated their lives for my freedom. Even though this day started out as Armistice Day to honor those who served in World War I am proud that this was changed to honor all of those who have faithfully served our country. Veterans Day is important to me personally, as many members of my family have served in the military in this country's rich history. Members of my family have fought in every war the United States has been involved in. I truly want to thank every veteran that has ever served in the United States military.
As a representative of our junior high students, Elliot Key.
For some, Veterans Day is just a day out of school or a day off work, but it means so much more to many. Veterans Day is a day about celebrating the people who fought and gave their lives for our country, especially for my family. My great-grandpa, Leo Key, along with his 2 brothers, served in the Army. As the newspaper reads, 3 sons of Mr. and Mrs. Roy Key of Scottsville are now in the armed services of the United States. Private First Class Leo Key is 21 years old, and he is in the motorized division at Camp Claiborne, Louisiana, and has been in service since August 1942. Staff Sergeant Roy Key Jr. is 25 and now with the Bomber Squadron somewhere in England. He entered service in March 1941. Private Elliot Key is 28 years old and is in the infantry at Camp Campbell, Kentucky. As another newspaper article reads, Private First Class Leo Key is ready to defend themselves as well as keep the ammunition for the big guns and the big guns themselves flowing toward the front. It was added they are waiting anxiously for D-Day, the invasion of Hitler's fortress of Europe. My great-uncle Sergeant Roy Key Jr. received a citation for outstanding performance of duty in action from President Roosevelt, along with an air medal. He received awards for service over enemy positions and cities in Europe. My great-uncle Roy gave the ultimate sacrifice. He was a tail gunner and was coming back from a mission. His plane was shot down somewhere over the English Channel and his body was never recovered. His sacrifice left behind a wife and 2 children. So the next time you think of Veterans Day, think about all the men and women who sacrificed so much so you can have the freedom you have today. Thank you.
We have 4 high school students that would like to thank you today. We'll start with Mr. Hunter Hartgrove.
Hi, my name is Hunter Hargrove, and I'm a freshman here at Paris High School. I just wanted to talk to you about Veterans Day and what it means to me and why it's important to me. Veterans Day is a day we get to thank all the women and men who fought for our country. One reason it is very important to me is because both my great-grandpa and grandpa are veterans. I'm not only thankful for them, though. I'm thankful for all the men and women out there that have served for our country and have protected us in the United States. Veterans are the reasons we are able to do some of the things we have today. If they didn't put their lives on the line to fight for our country would not be the same. If they didn't go out and fight, we wouldn't have some of the freedoms we would have today. If these veterans didn't go, we would have been controlled by other countries right now. And that is why I want to thank all you veterans today for everything you did for our country. Thank you.
Next, Michaela Hayes.
I just wanted to start by saying thank you to all of our veterans. Every single one of you has made a difference in the world. I also wanted to give a thank you to my great-grandpa that served, and thank you to my aunt and cousin who are both in the Air Force now. The song that our choir sang today is called In Flanders Field. It states how the soldiers that served and died for our country in Flanders Field can't rest peacefully unless we uphold the country that they made for us. These veterans worked through the toughest conditions and pushed through. They fought not only for themselves, but for their families and their future generations to be able to live in peace. So thank you to everyone that has served our country and fought for us. I challenge all of you to thank a veteran every time you see one. Please give a hand to all of our veterans here.
Kelsey Wilson.
Those of us who have not served will never fully understand the sacrifices you've made, both in times of peace and war. We will never fully understand what you were required to do or how you were able to do it. We will never be able to comprehend the depth of your scars, but what we can offer you is this. We see you. We recognize your humanity. And we send you love that is gentle, patient, and healing. With blessings and gratitude, we ask you to remember you are loved. And that with every waving flag, hand-covered heart, and deeply felt prayer asking God to bless America is the declaration of thanks to those who have and who are currently serving. You've shown, by example, what it truly means to belong to the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Last high school representative, Senior Clayton Langry.
thought it'd be cool to join the military, but I never felt like I was going to be big enough, smart enough, or strong enough mentally to ever join. Eventually, the idea of joining the military just kind of left my mind. But then I got into high school, and that was when the military idea kind of came back. I became part of a great brotherhood and family when I started playing football. I still remember to this day the feeling that came to my mind when Coach Boucher started talking about the county fair that we were about to experience. I thought that was the end of me, but as I went through, I seen other freshmen struggling and even the upperclassmen. That's when I realized I'm not so different after all. Everyone is going to struggle, but it's those who fight harder through the struggle that make the best people. The veterans across the United States, whoever they may be, wherever they may be, all went through some extreme conditions and struggle, but they fought through. They fought to live another day, to one day to return to their families and tell the tales of their lives. They're some of the greatest people you'll ever get the chance to meet. For you younger kids in attendance today, my best piece of advice I can give you is when you get into high school, join an organization, play sports, challenge yourselves to become the best person you can be. But you need to be ready to go through some struggles in life. Be ready to cry late at night as you study for one of Miss Otto's tests. It's through my experiences in high school that I can say that joining the military is definitely back into consideration for me, and following the footsteps of some of the greatest men and women you'll ever meet. Without challenges or struggles in our life, we may not be in this gym right now celebrating this day. So, everyone, please join me in giving the veterans from past, present, and future a big round of applause. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you to each one of you guys. You guys did a great job. On behalf of the faculty and staff here at Paris High School, I would also like to give a very sincere thank you to each and every one of you. It's one day a year that we get to come together and that we get to join like this, for this event. But it's each and every day that we get to celebrate the freedoms and to do the things that we do in our lives. And it's because each and every one of you made the sacrifices that you have made for us to have these opportunities. I wish we could do these things more often. I wish we could do more even today. I wish we had time to let every student, in the gymnasium, every person in the gymnasium say a special heartfelt thank you to you, because I know deep inside each and every one of them feels that way. I always wish there was more that we could do, but what I do want to say is just a very special thank you today on behalf of our faculty, staff, and all of our students. And I will also challenge you as Clayton did, or excuse me, I believe it might have been McKay, one of our students up here. When you see a veteran, thank them each and every day that you have the opportunity to do so, not just on Veterans Day. You've been willing to give the ultimate sacrifice for us, and we want to thank you for that. So please join me in giving our veterans a great hand. Thank you. This time, our junior trumpet player Seth Conover is going to play taps. I ask that everyone please rise, place your hand on your heart level, moment of silence before. time, we're going to play an Armed Forces medley for everyone. And what we would ask, our high school band is going to perform that under the direction of Mr. Jared Schultz. What we would ask is that when your medley is played, please stand if able and be recognized by the crowd. If unable to stand, please just give a wave to let us know what branch of the what service you were involved in. Okay? And I'll try to stay on it and make sure I'm calling these out as we're ready to go. Okay? Coast Guard. Army. Navy. Marines. Air Force. High school band. And of course, again, we cannot say thank you enough to our veterans. We've reached the conclusion, or very close to the conclusion, and so I do want to say once again thank you, and to all of us that are here, all students, all faculty members, members of our community. When you get a chance, say thank you to our veterans, not only on this day, but on each and every day. They've set such a great foundation for our country, throughout the years, and as I believe Peyton mentioned, some of the finest people that I know are veterans, and they set such a great shining example each and every day. It's our job to make sure that we follow that example, and we try to be the best that we can be each and every day. Please, once again, everyone join me in giving a great thanks to our veterans on this Veterans Day. school band has one final performance, and that is our exit march. And it is, they're going to perform Screaming Eagle by John Evanson. At that time, veterans, groups and guys, I'm sorry. What's that? We'll go ahead then and we'll go ahead and do our march. Okay? And then, you guys can stand and be recognized as you guys have to.